Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Tickers. We're doing a deep dive today into Yeti's Q4 2024 earnings call.
Yeah, getting beyond those headlines.
Exactly, trying to figure out what's really going on.
What's really mattering here?
Behind the numbers.
Yep.
So first things first.
Yeah?
Top level results. Yeti's closed out 2024
Okay.
with $1.84 billion
Wow.
in sales.
Okay.
So that's a 9% increase year over year.
All right.
And operating income also saw a nice jump,
Okay.
up 18% to $309 million.
Not bad.
Pretty impressive considering the
Oh, yeah.
economic uncertainty we've been seeing lately.
For sure.
What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, those are really solid numbers, especially in
Yeah.
a year where I feel like a lot of consumers are kind of tightening their belts.
Right.
So it really suggests that Yeti's brand strength and, that loyal customer base is really helping them weather the storm.
Yeah.
But let's dig a little deeper and see where this growth is coming from.
Right.
And perhaps more importantly, where it isn't coming from.
Right. Because the overall picture might look all rosy, but there's definitely some interesting shifts happening
Absolutely.
within those individual product categories.
Yeah.
For example, drinkware.
Right.
Which has always been
their bread and butter.
Their bread and butter, yeah.
Yeah.
Only saw a 3% bump in Q4.
Okay.
That's significantly lower than their overall growth rate.
Exactly. And that's the thing we really need to pay attention to. The reason for that slowdown. Because the insulated drinkware market, it's getting much more crowded these days. There's a ton of competition popping up.
Right.
And many of these new players are competing on price. Which puts pressure on Yeti's margins.
So how is Yeti responding to this increased competition?
Yeah.
Are they just slashing prices to try and maintain market share?
So actually, no.
They're taking kind of a different approach. It seems like they're really doubling down on their premium positioning, and they're focusing on higher margin product categories.
Right.
For example, their coolers and equipment segment had a fantastic quarter.
Really?
Surging 17%.
Wow.
This growth was driven by innovative new hard cooler designs and strong sales of their bags.
Interesting. So they're kind of shifting away from simply being like the drinkware company and trying to position themselves as more of a diversified outdoor lifestyle brand.
That's a great observation. And this strategy is reflected in their international expansion as well. Yeti's international sales exploded this quarter.
Really?
Upping 27%.
Wow.
They're seeing strong growth in Europe and Australia. And they're just starting to tap into that massive potential of the Asian market.
That's huge.
It is. It sounds like they're not content with just dominating the U.S. market. They're going for global domination.
It definitely looks that way.
Wow.
And they're not just relying on their existing products to achieve this growth. They're actively diversifying their product line, expanding into categories like barware, tableware, and even cookware.
Oh, wow.
They even hinted at a potential move into powered coolers.
Wow, powered coolers.
Yeah.
Now that would be interesting.
That could be a real game changer.
It sounds like they're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone and explore new possibilities.
For sure.
But with all this expansion and diversification, how are they managing their supply chain?
That's a great question.
Especially considering the ongoing trade tensions and, the complexities of manufacturing overseas.
Well, and that's something that smart investors are paying close attention to. Yeti has been strategically shifting their supply chain away from China. Which helps mitigate some of the risks associated with trade wars and tariffs. But it's important to remember that any major supply chain shift can be costly and complex. And it will be interesting to see how smoothly they can manage this transition.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've got a company with strong financials, a loyal customer base, and a clear strategy for growth. But they're also facing some
headwinds.
Serious headwinds.
Yeah.
Particularly in their core drinkware market.
And that's the key takeaway here. Yeti is at a crossroads. They're facing increasing competition. Shifting consumer preferences. And a complex global landscape.
So how are they tackling these challenges? What are they doing to maintain their premium brand image? And attract new customers in an increasingly crowded market?
Well, one thing they're doing
Yeah.
is sticking to their guns
Okay.
when it comes to pricing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not getting dragged into
Okay.
a race to the bottom with cheaper competitors.
Right.
Instead, they're using targeted promotions to attract discerning customers
Okay.
who value quality and durability.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
They've built a strong brand reputation.
they have.
And they don't want to erode that by discounting their products too heavily.
Right.
But are targeted promotions enough
Yeah,
to maintain their growth trajectory in the long term?
that's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It's going to depend on how effectively they can execute
Okay.
their diversification strategy,
Uh-huh.
how well they manage their supply chain,
Right.
and how they continue to innovate and evolve their product offerings.
Okay, so lots to watch for in the coming quarters.
Absolutely.
But before we dive into the specifics
Yeah.
of their strategic initiatives, let's take a quick break and come back
All right.
with some more analysis and, of course, our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
Sounds good. All right. So their recent acquisitions kind of give us some clues
Right.
about their long-term vision and how they plan to
Okay.
evolve
Uh-huh.
beyond just drinkware.
You're talking about Mystery Ranch,
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
high-end backpack company,
Uh-huh.
and Butterpat Industries,
Yeah.
known for their cast iron cookware.
Right.
So how do these
Yeah.
seemingly disparate companies
Right.
fit into Yeti's
Yeah.
overall strategy?
Well, it's all about expanding their footprint
Uh-huh.
in the outdoor lifestyle market
Okay.
and appealing to a wider range of customers.
Yep.
Mystery Ranch brings
Wow.
deep expertise
Okay.
in designing durable high-performance backpacks, which
Yeah.
aligns perfectly
Yeah.
with Yeti's push into the outdoor gear category.
Okay.
Remember that limited edition Mosman backpack Yeti released
Uh-huh.
that sold out almost instantly?
Yeah, I do.
That was a clear signal
Right.
that their customers
Right.
are hungry for more
Okay.
Yeti branded bags and gear.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But cast iron cookware,
Right.
that seems like a bit of a jump
Yeah.
from coolers
I didn't know
and
that.
backpacks.
Yeah.
How does that fit into the whole
Yeah.
outdoor lifestyle narrative?
Well, think about it this way.
Okay.
Yeti has always been about creating products that are built to last.
Right.
Products that can
Yeah.
withstand the rigors of outdoor adventures.
Okay.
Cast iron cookware has
Yeah.
that same
Okay.
rugged, durable appeal.
Right.
It's a natural extension of their brand,
Uh-huh.
tapping into that same ethos
Okay.
of quality and craftsmanship.
Plus, everyone's been going crazy
Okay.
for home cooking
Yeah.
and upgrading their kitchen gear lately.
Oh, sure.
Yeti's tapping into a hot market trend while staying true to their core values.
It is.
I like it.
It's smart.
It's a smart move.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just the products themselves.
Right.
It's about creating
It is.
like a complete Yeti ecosystem.
Exactly.
You know, they want their customers to
I want them to.
Yetify their entire lives.
Yeah, Yetify everything.
From their backyard barbecues
Uh-huh.
to their backcountry camping trips. I love that. Yetify everything.
Exactly.
So they're building that brand loyalty
They all
that goes beyond just a single product.
Uh-huh.
You know, tapping into that
Yeah.
aspirational lifestyle,
Yeah.
that desire for adventure and quality.
You got it. And this ties in nicely
Okay.
with their international expansion strategy as well.
Uh-huh.
They're not just selling coolers in Europe.
Right.
They're selling the Yeti lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, that feeling of adventure,
Uh-huh.
that rugged, dependable quality that Yeti represents.
It's brilliant marketing, really.
It is.
You see a Yeti cooler
Uh-huh.
and you instantly know
Yeah.
what it stands for.
Right.
It's more than just a product.
Uh-huh.
It's a statement.
And that strong brand identity
Yeah.
is incredibly valuable,
Right.
especially in today's crowded market.
Right.
It allows Yeti to command premium prices
Okay.
and avoid getting caught in a price war
Right.
with generic brands.
Why settle for a flimsy knockoff
Right.
when you can have the original Yeti,
Exactly.
a product you know
You know, it's
it's built to last?
built to last.
They're really playing the long game here,
They are.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Investing in their brand,
Uh-huh.
focusing on quality over quantity,
All right.
building
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
deep customer relationships.
Absolutely. And they're doing it through
Yeah.
strategic marketing partnerships,
Oh.
sponsorships with extreme athletes,
Wow.
collaborations with other high-end brands.
Right.
Everything they do
Exactly.
reinforces that image of quality, durability,
Yeah.
and adventure.
And speaking of customer relationships,
Yeah.
Did you see anything in the earnings call about their Yeti ID program?
Yes.
It sounded like a way to really connect with their customers on a more personal level.
That was an interesting detail. That shouldn't be overlooked.
Okay.
It's a clever way to personalize the customer experience, gather valuable data about their preferences, and build a deeper connection with their most loyal fans. It's all about building relationships, not just transactions.
Which is so important in today's world, where everyone is constantly bombarded with marketed messages.
It's true.
Yeti is figuring out how to cut through the noise and create genuine connections with their customers.
And those connections translate into brand loyalty, repeat purchases, and ultimately sustainable growth.
Okay, so we've painted a pretty positive picture so far. But let's get real for a moment.
Okay.
What are the potential challenges Yeti faces moving forward?
Well, the competition isn't going away.
Right.
The insulated drinkware market is more crowded than ever. And there will always be new players trying to undercut Yetis on price. Plus, the global economy is still a bit shaky. And that could impact consumer spending. Especially on discretionary items. Like high-end coolers and cookware.
And their reliance on the U.S. market. While a strength in some ways. Could also become a vulnerability. If consumer spending takes a dip.
Exactly.
And we can't forget about the potential hiccups. With their supply chain shifts.
For sure.
Moving production out of China. Is a smart move strategically.
It is.
But it could be costly. And disruptive in the short term. It's something investors
it's definitely
need to keep a close eye on.
Something to keep an eye on.
Okay, so lots of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts.
Lots of potential upside, but some risks to consider as well.
For sure.
So what should investors be watching for in the coming quarters? What are the key metrics and developments that will give us clues about Yetis?
Tell the story. Future prospects. Well, first and foremost, we need to see if they can reignite growth in their core drinkware category. Can they innovate, differentiate themselves, and find ways to compete effectively against those lower priced competitors?
Because if that core business falters, it could put a lot of pressure on their overall growth strategy.
Exactly.
Secondly, we need to track the success of their new product launches. Are those high-end coolers and bags
are they
resonating with customers? Is the cookware line performing as expected? Are those powered coolers? Are they actually going to materialize?
To happen.
And if so,
and then
how will they be received by the market?
How is the market going to react?
And third, how is their international expansion progressing?
How are those?
Are they gaining traction?
Where's looking?
In Europe, Australia, and those key Asian markets.
Exactly.
Because that's a huge part of their growth story.
It is.
Moving forward.
Absolutely.
And beyond those top-line metrics. We also need to pay attention to their margins.
We do.
Can they maintain their premium pricing power?
Those margins up.
Or will they be forced to discount more heavily to stay competitive?
Because if those margins start to erode, that could signal trouble ahead.
And let's not forget about those supply chain shifts.
Supply chain?
Are they managing those transitions smoothly?
It's working out.
Are there any unexpected costs or delays that could impact their bottom line?
Lots of moving parts.
Lots of moving parts.
To keep track of.
But
that's what makes investing so dynamic and interesting.
Okay, so before we wrap up.
All right.
It's time for our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For an outrageous hit me with it.
But potentially brilliant.
I'm always up for a little speculative fun.
Trade idea.
Let's do it.
All right. So we've been talking about Yeti expanding into new product categories, They've got backpacks, cookware, maybe even powered coolers on the horizon. But what if
they took it a step further? What if they partnered with a major luggage company?
Interesting. You mean like co-branded Yeti luggage?
Exactly. Rugged, durable suitcases built for adventure with the iconic Yeti logo emblazoned on the side.
I like it.
Think about it.
Okay.
People who love Yetis are already drawn to that image of durability and adventure.
They are.
They're the type of people who are going to invest in high-quality gear that can withstand anything.
They want that.
Yeti-branded luggage would fit perfectly into that lifestyle.
And it would tap into a whole new market for Yetis,
Exactly.
allowing them to reach travelers and adventurers who might not have considered buying a cooler or a backpack.
So here's the trade idea.
Okay.
Go long Yeti
Okay.
and go long a luggage company
Okay.
that could be a potential partner.
All right.
Maybe someone like Toomey or Samsonite.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
It's a bit spespeculative.
It is.
For sure.
But it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility.
Not that crazy.
Yeti has shown a willingness to partner with other brands. And the luggage market aligns well with their overall brand image and target customer.
Exactly.
It's a long shot, but hey.
It is.
Sometimes the craziest ideas are the ones that pay off the biggest.
Sometimes.
Just remember.
Yeah.
This is purely hypothetical.
It is.
And we are definitely not financial advisors.
Right. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions.
For sure.
But it is fun to think about the possibilities.
Yeah.
And it highlights the potential for Yeti to expand into new and unexpected markets.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've analyzed Yeti's financial performance, explored their strategic initiatives, and even cooked up a crazy trade idea. But the big question remains, what's next for Yeti?
That's the beauty of following a company like Yeti.
Yeah.
Their story is far from over.
Right.
They've got chapters yet to be written, adventures yet to be had. Whether they conquer the global market or face unexpected challenges along the way, it's going to be a fascinating journey to watch.
And we'll be here.
We will.
Every step of the way. Analyzing those earnings calls. Dissecting those strategic moves. And keeping you, our loyal Talk Tickers listeners, informed and entertained.
So until next time.
Okay.
Stay curious. Keep those investment ideas flowing.
Yeah.
And remember to always do your own research. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see Yeti branded luggage rolling through airports worldwide someday.
Who knows? Okay, Talk Ticker listeners, it's time for our wrap-up of this Yeti deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, from their strong overall financial performance to the challenges they're facing in their core drinkware market.
That's right. We've seen that Yeti isn't just sitting back and relaxing.
Right.
They're actively diversifying their product line, expanding internationally, and making some strategic shifts in their supply chain.
And they're not afraid to make bold moves like acquiring companies that complement their existing brand.
Yeah.
And expand their reach into new and exciting categories.
Exactly. They're clearly thinking long-term.
Yeah.
And not just chasing short-term profits.
Right.
They're investing in their brand, building customer loyalty, and focusing on innovation to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, so for all you investors out there, what are the key takeaways here? What should you be watching closely in the coming quarters to gauge Yeti's progress and potential?
Well, first and foremost, keep an eye on those drinkware sales.
Okay.
Can Yeti reignite growth in this core category? Or will competition continue to chip away at their market share?
Right.
This is crucial because their drinkware business is still a major revenue driver.
Right. If that foundation starts to crumble, it could have a ripple effect throughout the entire company.
Yeah.
So what else should investors be watching?
Second, track the progress of their new product launches.
Okay.
Are those high-end coolers and bags flying off the shelves? Is the cookware line living up to expectations? And what about those powered coolers?
Right.
Will they actually become a reality?
Right.
And if so, how will they be received by the market?
So basically, we need to see if these new product lines can become meaningful contributors to Yeti's overall revenue and profitability.
Right.
What else?
Third, pay close attention to their international expansion efforts.
Okay.
Are they gaining traction in key markets like Europe, Australia, and Asia? Remember, international sales are a huge part of their growth strategy. So any signs of weakness or setbacks in those markets could be a red flag.
Okay, so those are the big three: drinkware sales, new product performance, and international expansion.
Yep.
Anything else investors should keep in mind?
Absolutely. Don't forget about those margins.
Right.
Can Yeti maintain its premium pricing power in the face of increasing competition?
Yeah.
If they're forced to discount heavily to maintain market share, it could eat into their profitability.
And let's not forget about those supply chain shifts.
Right.
Moving production away from China is a smart move strategically.
It is.
But it can also be costly and complex. Are they managing those transitions smoothly?
Yeah.
Or are there any hiccups that could impact their bottom line?
Lots of things to watch for. Investing is all about connecting the dots.
Right.
And seeing how those individual pieces fit into the larger puzzle.
All right, so before we sign off, any final thoughts on Yeti's future prospects? Do you think they have what it takes to maintain their momentum and achieve their long-term goals?
I think they're definitely on the right track.
Oh.
They have a strong brand, a loyal customer base, and a clear vision for the future. But they're also facing some real challenges.
Yeah.
And their success will depend on their ability to adapt, innovate, and execute their strategy effectively.
It's going to be an exciting ride, that's for sure.
It is.
And we'll be here every step of the way, breaking it all down for you right here on Talk Tickers.
We will.
So stay tuned, keep those investing brains engaged.
Yep.
And remember to always do your own research.
Always.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is Talk Ticker signing off.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.